I just sent you a text message saying it wouldn't let me in, but now I'm in. So disregard.
Yeah, I won't let you in until I sign in.
Oh, okay.
The reason being, I don't want, 10 minutes of chatter to be on video for LCTV.
Okay. Well, I got a notice that said you have another meeting in progress. So I thought that was kind of weird, but I'm here.
They're not done. I said I had to go. We had 3 public hearings.
Okay. Okay. Is that Haas down there?
Yes, it is. I can take this off now that Hugh's out of my office.
There he is. Hi, Haas.
So you're on record. We're all being recorded.
Hey, Matt, with the budget meeting we just had, I didn't have the option to record it, but Robin said it was already. I don't know if that automatically stops when we stop the meeting.
Oh, it should have automatically recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to hit stop recording or anything.
Okay. Yeah, you would have,
Okay.
it would have recorded. Yeah, I'll get that confirmation shortly. Sorry, I just wolfed down dinner.
I just had a snack. We're gonna go out afterwards.
I've been going. I've been living on frosted mini wheats all day.
Oh boy, not good.
Is that Confessions of the Town Manager living in frosted mini wheats?
I'm going to try to get the American flag up here, Robin.
Oh, okay. Let me say, I think I have one sitting around here, a little one I could put on my desk.
On the screen, Matt, or do you want me to run into the other room and grab it?
Just a sec. I think I can do it.
Oh, long day today. But I finally got my computer fixed. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid at Christmas for all the contract work I've been doing and all the trouble I've had. I finally got everything fixed. So,
That's a good feeling.
Frustrating.
oh, it is. I sat down with the people at the Salt Bay computers for a long time and they worked on it. I spent 5 hours on the computer with the Microsoft people. I spent hours with the Apple people. I downloaded
Oh my goodness.
new software, new everything. And it was like all of a sudden I hit a button and boom, it all worked. And I thought, hallelujah. I couldn't believe it. So. What is this? Oh, all right.
Can you see the flag?
Yep, I can. Yep. Thank you.
Will miracles ever cease? I finally figured out Zoom.
Yeah, now they'll probably change it.
Yeah. Yeah, Robin, I'll say this in town manager notes, but we're going to need an executive session tonight.
Okay.
I just sent Josh and Daryl a text wondering where they were at. I knew I shouldn't have let them break out a budget meeting.
Will the executive session be the same?
Yeah, it'll be the same number if you have that handy
I do.
as Fridays. Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
That's one advantage of never cleaning your desk. Everything's handy.
You can find it.
Oh, I can find it. I'm the most organized, disorganized person there is. Daryl was having problems with his computer, so I hope he's going to be able to.
I hope they realized we needed to go to a different Zoom site.
Cheryl told us that right at the end, because I said, why don't we just stay on the site on this, Zoom meeting? And she
Yeah,
said,
because, yeah, this is the link that went out with the agenda. There was a
Right.
separate link if anyone wanted to go to the budget meeting.
Actually, the link I got with the agenda was for the February 17th meeting. I had to get this number from.
It's the same every week.
Oh, it is.
yeah,
Haas, it's the same link every meeting.
Same link, okay. So I just ignored the message.
The same passcode, the same link.
Gotcha, okay. All right.
That was Josh that just called me. The agenda that went out has a different Zoom link, so they went into that one.
Exactly.
Just gave him the new number and they're ended up.
so that's
Mark
what
Hager.
that's what I went into a meeting and said that Matt had another meeting going on. So it's like,
Well, what I did, yeah. I did.
dueling Zoom meetings.
I think I saw Susan coming on too. There's Josh.
Daryl should be on. Daryl should be on shortly.
I'm texting
Cheryl.
Mike right now.
Okay, and I'll call John Roberts because he wanted to be on too. So, you did send him the
Yep,
Cheryl the email?
to his personal one, not to his town one.
Yeah, I'll get right back to you.
Can't wait till we can meet in person again.
Oh my God, Robin, no doubt.
Oh, hi, Daryl.
Oh, there's Daryl.
Hi.
You've got a majority. You can
frozen.
start.
Yeah, Lou is still on the budget committee meeting,
Hmm.
talking to him because I let my Zoom camera back up and running again. And
Yeah, it's a different link for the selectmen's meeting.
it's a different link. Yeah, because that one shut off, but I couldn't link back to the, I couldn't put the BOS. Josh had the same issue. We couldn't get back on the BOS meeting. I put everything in and it just wouldn't, it said the host is in another meeting. It was really wonky. So, yeah.
Yeah, and on the agenda map that we sent to Ron and that agenda Zoom link isn't the email.
The young lady from Best Tie was also, she went back onto
Oh.
budget one too, so she was on there as well. So she's outside my window. Hang on a second. I did too. Let me put it on mute and I'll get you.
Yep, they're smart.
All right.
Okay, so there's Best Tie walking back across the street. Boy,
She's
I
love a small town. She knocked on my window.
was just gonna say that. That is terrific, isn't it? Okay, do we have critical mass? I see Josh and Mark.
So I guess my question is, Matt, have you sent it, the link back out to Lincoln County News to Evan? Just to cover ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, did Lou get that same link as well? Because I know he's. In-person meetings. So.
I know. Okay, well,
Put the
we
flag
have
down.
our
Okay.
selectmen here. And in the interest of time, should we go ahead and start while we're waiting for Lou to come on, so everybody can, that are here for the hearing, can get back to whatever they were doing before. Okay,
Sounds good. Yeah.
flag was up, now it is down, and in the interest of time, I guess we can dispense with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag this week and move into the public hearing. And the first item we have is the Best Tie liquor license relocation application. I think everybody knows that they've moved from their former restaurant up onto Main Street where the noodle bar was.
Okay.
So is anyone here to speak to that? Okay. The next is the capacity liquor license amendment. Is anyone here to address that?
Susan's on mute there.
Susan, you're on mute.
Can I draw pictures? You don't know how many, Zoom is the most frustrating medium in the universe. But anyway, yes, I'm here to address that. Do you have questions for me, or would you like me to present on my reasoning? What can I do?
Anyone have a question for Susan?
Yeah.
Okay, questions. The next is Anne, pardon me? Next is Anne's Book Bistro, a new liquor license application.
Moonlight.
Any question for Ann? Okay, oh, I'm getting a notice that my internet connection is unstable, so I hope that I don't freeze up and lose y'all. If that's the case, what I'll do is call the Board of Selectmen's meeting to order now, and the first items on the agenda will be to take action on the public hearing items of the 3 liquor license amendments and new licenses. And the first being Best Thai liquor license relocation application.
I'll make a motion to approve Best Thai liquor license relocation application.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor? I don't see everyone here. But I guess it. Cheryl, can you see everybody? All of the selectmen?
Got 4.
Okay, all right. All right, but, the Best Thai liquor license relocation application passes. So that's great.
Thank you.
And tomorrow morning you can come and pick up the paperwork. Cheryl, will they have to make an appointment?
Okay, so I can call tomorrow.
You're on
Cheryl's
mute.
Muted.
I agree with Susan Murphy. Zoom is so difficult. Yes, if you call
Do
us
they have to
tomorrow,
call
we'll
and
just
make an
meet you at
appointment?
one of the doors.
I'm sorry, what did you say again?
If, just give us a call in the morning to at one of the doors and hand it to you.
Okay, sound good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The second is the capacity liquor license amendment.
I'll make a motion to approve the capacity liquor license amendment.
Second.
I'll second that. Oh, I beat you to it, Daryl.
Yeah, that's fine.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, that passes.
Thank you
And
very much.
sure, you heard, make a,
Susan.
call and pick it up in the morning.
Yes,
And the third is for Ann's Book Bistro for their new liquor license application. And I'll make a motion that we approve the new liquor license application for the Ann's Book Bistro.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just have one question, I guess an observation on the application. If you could just kind of amend the application, it had Madomic School on your application as the closest school, church or whatnot.
Yeah.
If you could just change that to Great Salt Bay Community School. If you could just make a note of that, Cheryl, that we change that.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the error.
That's okay.
Any other comments? So then what do I do? Amend my motion to take into consideration the change?
Yeah, I would just do
Oh, I
that.
see.
Robin.
I'll make that change.
Okay, all right. Then all in favor? Okay, wonderful. Congratulations.
And I have
Thank
signed-
you.
I just signed those and they'll be on Becky's desk tonight.
So again, give a call to the office tomorrow and you can, they'll let you know which door to come to pick them up.
Okay. And it doesn't matter what time we call, anytime?
After 7:30.
Okay.
You're on mute.
Oh,
Yeah.
After
I'm
7:30.
just, because everything I have to say should be heard.
Okay, now y'all are welcome to stay and join us for the rest of the Board of Selectmen's meeting. Fun on Zoom. And we appreciate you hearing tonight before the board.
thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yo.
Thank you.
Okay, moving along, we have the approval of the minutes. Approval of the February 17th meeting minutes.
I'll move the February 17th minutes.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. The February 26th special board meeting minutes.
I'll move the February 26th.
I'll make a motion that
board
we
meeting
approve.
minutes.
All right, I'll second.
The Zoom lag.
Discussion? All in favor?
Abstain.
Who abstains? Mark abstain, okay.
All right.
Okay, so the February 26th board meeting, minutes pass. The next item on the agenda are the payroll warrant, number 48.
I'll move to approve payroll warrant 48.
I'll second that. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, and that's for an accounts payable warrant number 49.
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable warrant 49.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. Presentations, Matt, I don't believe there are any this evening. Oh, yes, there is.
They're having a hard time getting into the meeting. I'm
Ah,
working with Ron right now. I just sent him the new link because I sent him the agenda with the other link.
I don't know.
I'm
See ya.
in.
Got it.
See ya.
Oh, there's Ron.
Ron's in.
Oh, hey, Ron.
I struggle, but I'm in. Thanks for the new link.
Did
Okay.
Lou get the new link?
Do you want to send him a text message? Or give him a call? I think he should be in on this discussion.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have his number or anything, so.
I'll call him.
There, yeah.
Okay. If we just take a brief timeout.
Hi, Lou. You want me to just put you on the speakerphone so you can be in this meeting? Okay. I'm going, there's just starting the presentation for the audit. So here you go.
What happened was I punch it in and it says the meeting was 2:17.
Okay, I don't know, but here you're on.
Thank you.
You're being recorded, and I think Cheryl, we just want to turn it over to Ron. Okay, it's all yours, Ron.
Hi, folks.
Good evening.
Evening, Ron.
So how about I just hit the highlights of this thing, tell you, where we're at. I know we're ahead of schedule from last year and gone over the final draft. I don't know though, Cheryl and Matt, have they seen the final draft yet that you guys have?
Yes, the one that we got the other day, we forwarded right to him. Yep,
Okay, so
that's
how about I
the
just hit the highlights of that and answer any questions that you guys have? How's that sound? Yeah, so just to hit the highlights, this year, your financial condition improved over FY19 from FY20. The year before, you were at probably a little over $950,000 of undesignated fund balance. This year, you're at about $1,270,000, which is an increase of about almost $300,000. Largely in part to revenues and unspent money, at the town of Damascotta that you guys returned back to your bottom line. Where we like to see with your overall budget of about $5.1 million, is anywhere from 30 to 60, 90 days of that responsible piece of your budget. So to put that in Damascotta terms, somewhere around 450, 900, 900,000, $1.3 million, and you're at $1,271,000. Last year you were at about 75 days. This year about 90 days, and that and especially in this day and age, that's about right where you want to land, between 60 and 90 days. So you are right where we would say that you would need to be for fund balance at the end of the year. Other highlights in the document, you've got about another $1.5 million in capital projects. There was a big Bristol Road project that you had this year and tied up about 660, where I think the funding came through, correct me if I'm wrong, Cheryl, after July 1, you know, to pay for those expenses. So that'll put you over a little bit north of $2.1 million of capital projects, you know, money for, you know, for the town. I think that that's great. You know, that you know, that you have there. You've got about another $660,000 sitting in trust, you know, largely in part to Philbrook and Cemetery. You know, that's over, you know, close to $650,000 right there between those two trust funds. And overall, I think financially, you know, that you were in great shape. Just two things that stuck out. Your property tax collections looked like they were down in FY20 over FY19. And your excise tax came in a little bit lower than what you guys expected, to the tune of about $50,000. You know, other than that, I think that, you know, because of the other things that picked up those two talking points, as far as the unspent revenues and some of your other unspent expenses and some of the other revenues coming in stronger than what you expected. The town's in great financial state. You're bordering on that 90 days. And I think that that's good news, you know, for sure. Last year, you know, we had talked about some of the, you know, the issues with Trio that we said we would work through with Cheryl, and we did all that this year. We came up when you guys changed bank accounts there caused some problems. There were some Trio problems. You know, there's some additional work that we'll sit down with Cheryl, just as far as like coaching and using Trio and some of the features of the software. But I think that it's fair to say, and Cheryl's right here, the struggles that you had in 19 were addressed and fixed in FY20, and now you're off and running, you know, really, you know, with using that software to the best of its abilities, not we're having to worry about bank reconciliations, reconciling, and really moving forward in the right direction. And I would have to say that 20 was definitely a much better year for all of us to really work together, even during the middle of a pandemic, to, you know, to really isolate and deal with some of these problems at the town. And I would have to say all good news this year, really, at the end of the day. So.
Agree. I absolutely agree. The team that I worked with this year was fabulous. They were very responsive. It was definitely a positive year for both of us.
Good.
So yeah, so we look forward to even a better year, you know, next year, you know, just another year of advancement, you know, again, financially, you know, we see huge improvement at the town bottom line and best practices. So, I mean, these are good conversations. Unfortunately, some of the conversations don't roll that way, but for Damascotta this year, this is a good conversation we're having, and we look forward to next year too, so.
Does anybody have any questions?
Lou, can you hear?
Oh, I can, and I'm kind of like upset.
Well, I've got the phone right next to the speaker. I don't know what else to do. So
Why couldn't I get back?
You want me to talk louder?
Lou said he can't hear. Well, you couldn't get back into the budget meeting, but you should have been able to get into the Board of Selectmen's meeting.
After the budget meeting, I was talking to Daryl, and then all of a sudden it went off. I go into the Zoom meeting thing, and it says meeting was scheduled on 2/17.
Yeah, it was, and it's the same, okay.
Lou,
But
I just sent Lou the new link. So all Lou has to do is check his mail. He should be able to pop right on the screen and
Okay.
Ron,
Cheryl
if you
sent-
just repeat everything you just said.
Thank you. So Cheryl,
just
thanks for
sent you,
sending me the Lou.
an
I
email.
was struggling like Lou was too. I was trying to get off for a few minutes. I was actually going to email you or call you and say, hey,
I've been
this a
forwarding
trend?
new links left and right.
Yeah. There were some Zoom hiccups this afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, we'll just give it a minute and wait for Lou to pop on.
Yeah, and I would just say, just to continue the conversations, you guys, you know, you know, the last time I think we talked was kind of like the initial stages of this pandemic. And I mean, this has probably been, I've been doing this for 30 years, folks. This has been one of the most difficult years to manage. And with this pandemic and with the economy, you know, quite frankly, in the tailspin, that it's in right now, and trying to put all this stimulus money in there to recover and really, jumpstart, certain things, and this next wave of stimulus coming at that, I think that'll be certainly geared more towards the infrastructure and things of municipalities. I'm not sure the storm's weathered. I'm more interested in FY22, when the dust settles and then we start kind of catching our breath and trying to understand how we're going to pay back for all these trillions of dollars that got, put into this pandemic. I'm interested in a couple of years down the road, how this is going to affect local government and, and budgets and things like that. And the delays, a lot of the municipalities that delayed a lot of their infrastructure projects, to let the dust settle. So as soon as we get information, we'll certainly get back to Matt and Cheryl, but there's still going to be some trying times, I think, in the next couple of years for the world of local government.
And I've already got my FY21 started. So as soon as we want to do pre-audit work, I already got a
Look,
file.
well, Cheryl, you're about to get an email for us because we're just, like I say, we're ahead of the curve. We got some things that, we're trying to, that we just got some recent guidance on COVID and some of the COVID audit things that we have to look for next week, Cheryl. So about 2 weeks, we're about 2 weeks away from it, but you'll be hearing our launch pretty soon, Cheryl.
Okay, perfect. Yep. Because like I said, I've already got an electronic file now that this year went so well. Everything that I had.
But I think in the fact that we're having this conversation sooner and taking care of some of the struggles in the Trio software last year, good news for Damascotta is my point. So
Yep,
for this year.
Good. Lou, could you hear that? Okay, I've got Lou on my cell phone. I don't know why it didn't work on my work phone, but Lou, essentially, Ron Smith's here and he's reporting that all is good as far as our audit is concerned. We're actually up in terms of a fund balance, so we're very
Cheryl, when did that money come in for the for the Bristol Road project?
Actually, let me open
Yeah.
that Trio back up.
So you guys tied up some money, just to say that you guys tied up some of your money, about $661,000 that you basically, came in subsequent to year end, just to let you know how that went down, only to go up this fiscal year that has not been audited yet.
Yeah, so did you get that? That was that.
Nothing more than time.
We're waiting on reimbursement from Maine DOT for the Bristol Road project. We were waiting at the end of the fiscal year for that, so.
And we
I think
got
it's about
674,000 is what we received in July.
74,000.
Yeah,
But when we
so there you go. Good news,
get
folks.
that
Good
money
news.
back,
So
when we get that money back from the
other than
state,
that,
or when we get
I
that
got
grant
nothing
money
else
from the
unless you
state,
guys
we'll be in
got
good
some
shape.
questions.
I was just going to see if Lou had any questions. We just really talked about generalities, Lou. So if you have any,
There he is.
so,
Now you have to hang up your phone.
Well, here comes the echo.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello.
Welcome.
Okay. But I had some questions before. One was, what was the other $400 in the accounts payable this week?
Oh, we've already passed.
I know you've already passed it, and I missed it because I could not get on.
Yeah.
Can we go back? Can we go back to the warrants though and finish Ron so that Ron can get going? And then we can go back and do the warrant questions
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Lou has.
Yes. So let's finish up the discussion on with Ron while he's on the phone, and then we'll
So
go back to the warrants
The
again.
audit is not final yet, am I correct?
Correct. We got draft right here. And then Matt hadn't had a chance to look at it, but I looked at it and they had fixed the issues that we had. And right now I'm good with it. And I just don't know if Matt Lucas has had a chance to peek at it.
Matt asked me to be kind tonight, Cheryl.
I appreciate that. Because like I said, the first year we had,
Number one,
15
I'm
south.
extremely upset that I could not get on and hear the comments. I'm extremely upset that we haven't got the audit report yet because I couldn't hear the reasons. I don't understand the large bill that came in because I've never seen the timesheets or anything like that. And before I create too many problems for you and the accountant, I'm going to leave this meeting because I am so pissed, it's pathetic. I will talk to you at another time. You should mention to the gentleman that I used to work for McDonald Page. I'm used to doing large audits, and I wanted to know the reasons why. I'll talk to you some other time. Thank you, Dick. By the way, you did a good job on the budget. Good night, all.
Why don't you stay with us?
Listen, Lou, if you need me to talk to you, I'm more than happy to go through the same thing. It sounds like I thought I heard you had some concerns about the lateness, you know,
Yes.
the audit. I don't think the audit was late this year at all, you know, with what we've done and all that. But I'm more than happy, Lou, to have a conversation with you, Matt and Cheryl, or anybody else, you know, regarding the process and really the outcome. And Naj Lotfi, I knew well, Lou. He was one of my recruiters for McDonald Page when I came out of
Yeah.
college, FYI.
Yep.Nej was one of my buddies. My mentor was Lawrence Strout. And LT.
I've been doing it too long, Lou.
Yep. Good night, all.
Good night, Lou. I wish you'd stay with us.
So listen, you all, whatever, Cheryl, if Lou wants to have a conversation and go over any of the details, you all, I'm more than happy to hop back on with you, Cheryl, at any point in time, or to come to Damascus and sit in a safe environment, whatever you need to do, Cheryl. My hand is extended to make sure that Lou, you know, certainly understands and whatever questions he has of the process, et cetera. But I just want everybody to know that this was an all hands effort this year during the middle of a pandemic. And I don't think it could have gone any better. And I hope Cheryl and Matt would agree.
I 100% agree. This year's audit was very smooth, very responsive. I mean, like I said, last year, there was my issues, there was the team's issues, there was miscommunications. But I think we worked through that, and this year it's been great. And I think next year it'll be even more smooth because, like I said, I've already got my file started, and it's been a great experience.
I want to talk to Lou about my Naj Lotfi stories.
Yeah. You can arrange maybe a phone call.
Whatever it is, I'm here for you. And Cheryl, that hand's extended anytime Lou, you know, wants to have that conversation. More than happy to have that conversation. More than happy.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Other than that, that's really all I got, guys. I think it's good news. So.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Keep me posted, Cheryl. Let me know if Lou wants to have a conversation. And Cheryl, we'll be reaching out soon.
Okay, absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Everybody take care and be safe.
Be safe.
Okay. You too. Thank you.
Lou will have the opportunity to review this recording after the meeting. So if he has any further questions, he can ask any of us.
Okay. Okay. All right. Citizens' comments and general correspondence. Matt, do you have anything for us in that regard? I know that we have a couple folks still here.
On general correspondence, no.
Okay. We have Haas and Susan Murphy still here. John Roberts is here. Does any of the three of you have something you'd like to offer at this time? Hi, John.
Hi, I was on for a discussion a little later on, so.
Okay, okay. All right, then we will move on to the town manager items. Matt?
I sent the board a note earlier today, and well, you know, I've been in a mediation since noon, so I don't see if I have let me look. I do have a response. I just need to read it. The question had been where we've got the we're trying to get the a sewer line contractor back to the municipal parking lot. And he wanted to be done with his project by Thanksgiving. He did a good sized portion of the project on west side. And you're all too well aware of the fact we hit some wrangles on the east edge of the project because of a lack of information on where the sewer lines were, particularly the depth of those lines. So he had to pull off this, and so now and back. So we've got some cost with remobilization and a number of other things that I think we were able to come to a meeting of the minds today. But the one thing that I'm just reading his note now, the one thing that we couldn't come to agreement on, at least in our phone call, was he wanted an additional 10,000 for the risk of going up against, I think 3 historic buildings. So, and this I think came to pass because of when he was working on the west side, he was getting a lot of grief from one of the property owners who basically hovered over the work site and made what was perceived as threatening comments. So I think that is his thinking on that. I can't imagine where we would have similar issues going up on this east side. So yeah. I'm thinking he's saying that yeah, if we take the risk for the first 10,000, he's okay with moving forward.
The question I have is he has risk for excavating on private property, $10,000. He knew it was private property. He knew it was old buildings, when he came to bid on the project.
So Susan's on now, and so she knows what I'm talking about here. So what happened was, as the project progressed on midstream, we realized it was a lot more cost effective to go up to the capacity building rather than it was to public property. So what we did is we got an easement from Susan just for that construction. That's not been done yet. And so what the contractor originally bid on was public property. And now he'll be going on to this fairly small stretch of private property. So there's where the private property versus public property comes in.
I'm with Robin on this one. I'm a little confused because there are insurances that would pick up. I mean, the vague risk. I'm not really sure what they're referring to. But the contractor's insured. I don't know. To me, it seems like it's like, hey, you want me to come back? Give me another 10 grand.
And the other thing is they were doing it in the winter, so they knew they should have known that they might have to shut down for a while because of weather conditions and what have you. And now they want to remobilize, $12,000, reestablish erosion control, $4,000. Why wasn't that in the original contract? Why?
Matt, a question to Robin's point. Do you remember what was the start date supposed to be? Was there a contract start date?
Sure.
Project?
Can you see that?
The actual date and then the contract date and then the actual start date.
Can you see this? Maybe
I
not.
can't see your screen if you're showing your screen, Matt.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Share. Boom. Yeah, there we go. Okay, what was their actual start date? It was early November. I can't give you an actual date. That's when they were supposed to start, but
Supposed
they
to,
weren't,
right?
they weren't able to start because there were a number of, with regard to the design and the information that we had from Great Salt Bay Sanitary District.
So the holdup for them starting was on our end.
Yeah, I can, sorry, I didn't come prepared for this. I can
That's
go,
okay.
I'm gonna go, I have the file now,
Put you on the spot.
so I could go through this. The agreement was effective October 28th, 2020. And then we were delayed because of engineering and Great Salt Bay Sanitary District issues.
Right. And
They were in, the effective contract date was October 28th, and they were supposed to begin November 2nd.
do you recall when they actually got here? I'm trying to remember. It's much later than that, if I remember right.
Well, when did they get the okay to go ahead and start?
You're asking me questions I'm not prepared to answer.
Well, what did
When
you
we
do?
schedule this for another, we can delay this another 2 weeks and
That'd be great.
I can answer you though. You can ask me your questions and I'll follow up.
Okay.
I mean,
Now-
we're going back to agreements that were made in October, the answers tonight.
Yeah.
And I've just
5 months ago.
spent
Why don't
hours
we-
on the phone with an attorney. So I'm kind of burnt out right now. If you see I'm on edge.
Why don't we
Oh.
play this, table this?
Table it.
discussion?
We could table it. Come, send me your list of questions. We'll hold off on this, this project for another 2 weeks.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, do we have to decide tonight? And if we don't have to decide tonight, I think everybody needs to.
Well, we're holding up the project another 2 weeks.
But I think on some of the emails, it said they weren't gonna come back till April to finish anyway, so, but if we have to have an emergency, selectmen's meeting to take care of it in a week, I have no problems with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I'm
will,
fine.
because they need to schedule it. They will need to schedule it.
So we could do something, bump
Yeah,
it.
we may be looking at May or June.
Well, why don't we schedule a meeting for next week? Everybody get your questions to Matt. I think we all have access to the contract paperwork. So get your questions to Matt, and then we can have a quick selectmen's meeting next week to make a decision on this, how we move forward. Okay? All right. Okay, Matt.
We'll need an executive session after this meeting. As I said, I was on the phone on a mediation for our snowplow contract from noon today to 5:30. I finally had to cut it off because I had to start this meeting, which may have been the reason why some of you couldn't get in, because you can't get in until I start the meeting. So I don't know what happened at the end of that, but at our executive session that follows this meeting, we'll be able to get an update from the attorney and Q3B.
Okay,
That's all I had.
okay. All
Sorry, I'm a
right.
little bit punchy, but.
No, we've had a long, busy day. For our official action items, the first is the easement for Heater Road, Billings and Cole.
Right there.
I'll make a motion to authorize, I believe it's Matt, to sign the easement for Heater Road with Billings and Cole, and is it Jenna?
Jenna LLC.
Mhm.
Okay, and we all have to sign this. We have a copy of it here.
Okay.
I'll second. It'll be seconded.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Okay. And I think, under the Zoom rules with the state, Matt can go ahead and move it forward until we can get up to the office to sign it. So the next item is the memorandum of agreement with the Maine Department of Transportation. And that is in relation to the purchase of the Information Bureau up at the corner of Church and Main Streets. And I'll make a motion that we authorize Matt to execute a memorandum of agreement with the Maine Department of Transportation so that the process for acquiring the property on which the Information Bureau building is located can continue.
I'll second that.
Discussion. John.
I just wanted to thank Matt for all his efforts on this. It's been a long, hard process, and he's been helping us along quite well. And I'm also happy to answer any questions if anyone has any on the project or what we're trying to do. So.
No, I think it'd be great. It'll be welcome addition to have that there.
Yeah,
It's going to be great.
absolutely.
Yeah. And I know that you've talked to Josh about some potential fundraising ideas, but we don't want to spill the beans.
Yeah. I think there needs to be a little bit more building before we're ready to hit that handle. So.
Yeah. Okay, any questions for John? Any questions for Matt?
No, I think it's a great project. It'll be nice to see that move along. Is
Yeah.
remembering it years ago and that being open, and I think this is going to be a big step for that community there.
Has everyone seen the plans?
Yes.
I see.
Okay.
Matt sent some preliminary plans out a while ago. Yeah.
And I guess my I have to add is this kind of works into our comprehensive plan with the economic development portion of it. And
Yeah.
I think that addresses one of the areas that we were trying to accomplish.
And one of the things that we've heard from our chamber members and also seen in the newspaper is help wanted is one of the biggest challenges to businesses in the area. And when this building's complete, there is going to be resources there to try to connect employers and potential employees, and also to try to act as a center for trying to connect, like apprenticeship type arrangements or people that just want to try to improve themselves so that they're able to go after the next step job or take on more responsibility. So we are going to try to focus on that and have the chamber have a home to drive economic development in the area.
That's terrific. It also fits in with the Heart and Soul program of live and work locally.
Yep.
So
Good.
a win-win situation all the way around. Okay, all in favor of the motion? Okay, wonderful. And the last item, and thank you, John, for sticking in with us for this long time in this crazy Zoom meeting.
No problem. Have a great night.
And stay with us. The last item of the agenda is the Justice Assistance Grant. This is the Edward Byrne Memorial Grant Program for law enforcement agencies. And in this instance, it is to purchase a refurbished laptop computer for the new patrol car or SUV. I'll make a motion that we accept the $1,141 Justice Assistance Grant Award for the police department and authorize the police department to use the funds to offset the cost to purchase and set up of a laptop computer.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, terrific. All right, just selectmen's discussion items, and I'm just going to go around in order that I see you on the screen. Josh, we'll start with you.
pretty good. I just did talk to John Roberts about a potential fundraiser of a flushing facility. And I think we'll hear a little bit more about that soon.
Okay. Daryl?
I don't have any, I'm gonna move it right along because we,
Okay.
no comments.
Mark?
The only thing I get to share is I'd like to see anybody that needs rides out there to go get their shots. They do it. There's a fish transportation that's helping people get to these locations that are giving shots. So if you don't have a ride, you can reach out to them. The YMCA has their number, so you could call the Y to get that information. I don't have the number.
Okay, I saw in the Bangor News today that Hannaford's is going to be giving the Johnson & Johnson shots. You can call and make an appointment. They have a limited number now, and the Damerscott Hannaford's is included in the program. They have a limited number now, but as more of the vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine becomes available, they'll be getting more. So our Hannaford's here is included in the Johnson & Johnson shot program, which is nice.
Yep, good. That's all I have.
All right, that's all you have? Okay. The only thing I have is anybody that's interested in becoming a selectman, there will be a vacancy in this June. The town has papers that you need. You need to get 22 or 25 signatures of people. Eligibility is live in Damerscott, be 18 years old, which means you're eligible to vote, and you have to be able to want to do the job, and it's a wonderful job to do. So if you're interested in being a selectman, there will be a vacancy this year. Take out some papers. And the vacancy is mine. I'm retiring. So I've had such a wonderful time, and I'm going to miss each and every one of you. I've served for 9 years, and it has been, one of the highlights of my entire career. So that's it for me. And at this point, I'd like, we need to move into an executive session per 1 MRSA, section 4056E. And we'll be coming out of executive session to adjourn. Do we need a motion for this, Josh? You're
Yes.
my parliamentarian.
Make a motion to what you just said, and I'll second it.
Okay, I'd make the motion. Josh second it. All in favor?
And I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Mark, have a good night, Mark.
You too.
Now,
I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you got to trust me, but I'm going to send a note to you all.
Evan's got to go.
Evan
Yeah,
has
but we're going into another meeting. So end this meeting and you'll get
Okay.
a few minutes from me.
Okay.
and Matt,